Tune on in, you guys. Welcome back to another video. It's Thursday evening, and tonight we're gonna talk about corporate greed and the shitty things it does to you. Cheers, by the way. Make sure to have your tea before we start. But yeah, corporate greed, and what I want to delve into that is, it is so fucked up the way it works. I was talking about it in my last video, and I'm gonna mainly say this so you guys can actually benefit off this, because a lot of us young people that are within 20 to 25, even 25 to 30, or just honestly just any age, be careful, because it really can ruin your fucking life. I mean, I was a teller just not too long ago, and I was talking shit about the company, about the job and everything, right? Fucking hypocrite. You're promoted now. No, I got my reasonings for why I got promoted from teller to banker. However, it is so contradictory that the boss I was with at my old job as a teller, she said, no, yeah, you have the potential of, becoming a banker. Just get a bit more time, get a bit more training in, right? So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm rest assured that I'm gonna succeed. But then I'm like, wait, hold up, I got my own bills to pay. I got my own goals to do, to accomplish. Like, I'm not gonna survive off $24 an hour as a teller. And I know that may sound good, but it was only 30 hours a week. So you do the math as to how much I was doing bi-weekly. And if you can't, anywhere from 1,100 to 1,200 on some occasions in which I would actually show up to work. Now as a banker, almost 30 as a base, and then on top of that, I'm gonna have my commissions if I do well. I have that handicap where I'm at least guaranteed $1,000 a month plus my hourly rate that I'm at. So everything's gravy, cool. But leaving this job I was at, if like I'm happy for the new year. So much shit has happened that I got promoted. I finally started talking to my brother again, which I'm really happy about. Like, I had a really good January 1st, but as I'm delving into this year, I'm just like, fuck, I am so glad that I had been planting seeds to cultivate and enriching 2025 for this year, because a lot of shit is moving around right now. There's a lot of moving pieces. And what I mean by that is, the position I was as a teller, or the location, my manager purposely wanted to keep me there and was gaslighting me. And I didn't think so at first. And if anything, I left off on good terms with my manager, but coming to a different branch with a different manager and him saying like, hey, we decided to promote you because of what you showed us, not because of what we heard from your manager. And what I mean by that, and again, careful with corporate greed, that manager simply wanted to keep me as a teller and had no intentions of moving me up whatsoever. And even the manager I have now as a banker was like, yeah, something's seriously wrong with her management style. And he was talking a bunch of shit. And in fact, like, he was disregarding a lot of the things that my ex-manager was saying. And look, guys, mainly I don't want to talk about work, but the one thing I am emphasizing around all of this is just corporate greed and the humanity that can get nasty within the corporate world. So that's why I'm talking about this. But it's a work video. It's a work-related video. So just keep that in mind as we progress through the video, because I think it's going to be like around a 15-20 minute video. I don't want to edit that much. But my manager was like, what the fuck? Like, what was wrong with her? Why wasn't she trying to promote you or anything? Like, and granted, I had only been with the company for about 1.5 years, but there's also at least a majority of people that simply do not want to escalate within the company, and that's upon them. I mean, me personally, I'm just like, look, man, I feel too broke. Back then when I was 19 or 20, I had at least always $1,000 in my bank account, and right now, like, I haven't seen $1,000 in my bank account for quite some time, or I haven't maintained it consistently, at least. Just bills. I like going out, and even then, nowadays, I'm just like, I try to be careful with how I spend. I mean, I'm even being cautious of what I drink. Normally, I would be getting my $2.50 coffee, and it was good coffee, mind you. And I'm just like, okay, fine, we'll drink some tea, you know? But yeah, that job did not sustain me, and I did the things I did to make sure that I got the job that I'm at now, but just looking back at everything, like I felt as if I wasn't going to succeed. And I'm telling you guys this for your own personal benefit. Like, if you feel as if your manager does not want you escalating, make that fucking chance to actually tell them, like, hey, fuck this, I'm gonna promote myself elsewhere, or I'm gonna quit. And I didn't necessarily threaten to quit, but at least in my perspective, I'm like, I'm dying already staying in a stagnant place at this job. So that's why I was all the more insistent upon just getting promoted, even if it meant like being a fucking whore and applying to so many different job positions. That's my perception of it. It's just, I genuinely felt disingenuous applying to so many banker positions elsewhere, and fuck, that's why I landed in Santa Monica. Like, I don't regret any, if anything. Like, my manager now is like reassuring me, like, hey, you did the right choices, you know? Your old manager was talking shit about you, and if anything, I know human psychology. Like, she just simply did not want to see you succeed. And I was just under the conception where, like, damn, I thought she had my best interest at heart. No, I kid you not. A couple days later, after I leave the teller job, after having wanted a promotion, even with her, I don't care if there was still a bit of toxicity, but I told her, like, hey, if you could promote me, like, just give me a chance, please. Like, I'll try my damn best to not fail you. So no, that didn't happen. I had to transfer. I got promoted still. You know, I got my new job. I'm happy. Yay. Happy. No, immediately she promoted someone else to a higher position, and then the position that I wanted was open just a couple days later after I leave. So at that point, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, a part of me was like, damn, I'm impatient. Like, I should have just waited. But then another part of me, after hearing what my manager now is saying about what she was saying about me, she was just wishing for my downfall. And, you know, it goes for the other employees that were there too, where, like, you know, they were kind of miserable. They didn't want that stress of being around her all the time. And I even remember someone actually demoting themselves back to a teller. And, you know, different life circumstances and everything, but I do recall at least just that person saying, like, hey, this manager isn't for me. And you know what's funny? That person went to the same branch as to where I first got transferred. Or got transferred from. Or got kicked out because I was the newest employee. And the person... And just to give you a bit of context, the position I'm in right now, again, it's contingent upon me passing 3 exams, and then I can officially assume the promotion. For right now, I am getting paid my $30 an hour, which I'm happy about. But I have to pass these 3 exams, and it's a full circle. It's a full fucking circle. Initially, I got hired at the bank as a teller. I fucked up so much, it was reasonable for me to get booted out to another branch and be someone else's liability. But also because someone had failed their exams to become a banker instead of a teller, I got kicked out. I come to the second location wanting a promotion. I'm telling you, like, all right, I'll wait a year, I'll grovel a bit for it. Nothing. Even there was my old coworker had worked there for 4 years, and the poor girl could not even get a promotion to a banker. She just simply wanted to become an assistant manager, and not even fucking that. Just because that one manager is consumed by corporate greed and was like, I'm gonna keep them here as much as I can, so that way it can be of convenience for me and not to them. That's my perspective of it now, looking back from another position. Quite literally, like, I'm a banker myself now in training. But I'm like, I'm looking back at everything and I'm just like, fuck. Like, if I really stayed there, I would have not been happy. I would have not feel like I'm succeeded, and I would have just felt miserable. Like, I kid you not, guys. I do feel as if this job was meant for me. And keep in mind, this isn't my lifetime goal. This isn't something I want to do for at least the next 5 years. No. YouTube is what I'm going to be doing for the next 5 years. Give me one sec. YouTube is what I'm going to be doing. I don't know how, but I'm just going to keep fucking posting until my heart's content. We're almost at 100 fucking videos. I'm so happy. Anyways, going back to it. I forgot what I was saying. Fuck. Give me one sec. Yeah, when I was about to get this job, and I said this too on the podcast, I wasn't going to make it on time to the interview itself. I really wasn't. Interview was at 9. I thought it was 9:30. It was already 8:58, and I was still about 30 minutes away from my house to Santa Monica. So I feel as if, and it only got rescheduled because of some investigation that happens for banks routinely, at least once a year. Coincidentally, that investigation happened the day of my interview, and it just allowed everything to be falling into place. So I'm really happy about that. But in the end, conclusively, I stand where I'm at. Hurt, backstabbed. Just because it did feel like a little toxic family there. I mean, and I know that sounds bad, but there's always going to be this one coworker, and his name was Tony. I don't think he'll mind me mentioning him, but he was genuinely a good time during a bad time. And yeah, I'm gonna miss him. He says we'll hang out and everything, but me and him, we have the same job position. The same job position's a bit stressful, and I at least think I'm gonna be coping with it differently, the day-to-day routine, compared to how he copes with it, which is partying and being with friends. Me personally, Pokemon Go, girlfriend, vlogging. Who knows how this new year will be, but if anything, I do want to end off or start wrapping up with just, and as always, shit happens for a reason. It really does. I had no idea that as to when I first got this job back in 23, I had no idea I was going to end up here as a banker. I had no idea. And that was just only about a year and a half ago. So let's see what happens this year. Long-term goal, at least. Pass the exams. Or no, not long-term, but a goal at least for these next couple of months. Pass the exams. Prove my worth as a good banker. Get promoted again, because apparently the next promotion from here is just the same fucking shit, except no caps on commission. Position I'm in right now gets caps. So I'm hoping to get promoted soon for that. But then eventually to get promoted again to a financial advisor. Hey, I'm not going to speak stocks or anything because I really don't know much about that. But right now I'm really only doing this 9 to 5 because it's free education. And what have I always said about free education? That's the best type of education. It's getting paid for. And I'm happy about that. Although I contractually have to give at least a year of my life up, there is the possibility where if in case I want to quit and pursue YouTube, that possibility is still going to be there actually. I'm just going to have to repay all the licensing exams, the books, like the whole enchilada for what they paid for me to become a banker for the company. And well, I mean, if I make enough on YouTube, then that shouldn't be no problem. But that is one of the goals, at least, just to at least make a fucking dollar, man, off YouTube. So that way I can be like, all right, there's hope. There's fucking hope. But I'm not gonna lie, it has been a bit of a mental torture not seeing my channel grow lately. And yeah, perhaps I need to do some different shit. But that's what I've also been seeing from a bunch of YouTubers, is just, if you want to escape that corporate greed, if you want to escape that 9 to 5, grab the fucking camera, start being authentic, and that's it. And that's exactly what I've been doing for almost these past 2 years of my time on YouTube. It's just, unfortunately, my strategy isn't all that good, I think. I'm not attractive, and then the videos themselves, well, I don't even know. The quality of the video can be whatever nowadays, so I really don't know. It's just, it's a casino. It's a giant fucking casino of whether your video will strike gold or not. But believe you me, we're making moves. We're making moves towards a better future. Alright, I don't want to make this video too long. It's already going to be at like about 16 minutes, so stay consistent, guys. It's January 2 today, and to be honest, I'm happy we're going back to normal times. I feel like the holiday season really affects all of us, but if we just feel as if we can proceed within the normal, mundane, ordinary days, I feel as if a lot of us are about to be happier again. And, each to their own. I mean, I know some of us go through different things in life, but seasonal depression does exist. It does exist. So I can at least say that a lot of people are about to start being happy, and then perhaps not because of New Year resolutions, but just because of life in general, some people might want to start doing better. And that's what I actually was imploring my last video, is just stay consistent. I think that's the secret to human growth, is just bettering yourself at least 0.1% or 1% every day. Me personally, with these videos, that's exactly what I'm doing. And if you guys have some other form of doing that, do that. Because you either suffer because you stay in the same damn place, or you suffer because you want to grow and just rip apart from that old routine. There you go, again, me getting all philosophical and shit. Alright, guys. As always, I'll see you in the next one, and stay tuned.